Hi everybody, today's video is about how you can turn your gaming passion into a YouTube channel even if you only play one game. My channel's a bit like that at the moment. Depending when you watch this video actually. I tend to include an awful lot of PUBG content, and I do play other games, but because like Battlefield 5 has been poor this year, I've mainly concentrated on PUBG. But you may well, might just like playing one game, and that might be PUBG, it might be Call of Duty, it could be something like League of Legends or Dota on the PC, and you're thinking, well, I can't really make a YouTube channel because I only play this one game. How will I ever come up with enough ideas, and how do I do it? Now first, of course, you may have started watching that video because you're after technical questions. How do you technically create a YouTube channel? Now, I'll just say that it's very easy on Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. And what I'll do is I'll put links in the descriptions down below for Xbox, creating YouTube channels for Xbox and PlayStation. And it's just as easy for PC. In essence, all you have to be able to do to create a YouTube channel and get content onto YouTube with any of the platforms is, as long as you can stream to Twitch, which you can do with any of the platforms, you can then export that back to YouTube. So you can create a video live on Twitch talking and playing at the same time, and then you can export it back to YouTube. If you're on a PlayStation, you can export it directly to YouTube. If you're on a PC and use some capture software, you can then upload that directly to YouTube. If you're on an Xbox, the exporting to Twitch is probably the best way of doing it. You can do it via Mixer, but anyway, don't worry about the tech, don't worry about the sweat of trying to figure that out. The thing that's tricky is coming up with ideas for your channel. So what I'm going to do is just discuss and share some ideas, just to highlight the fact that even only with one game you can come up with dozens of different ideas. And what I find is incredibly important is make sure that you have some way of recording your ideas for the videos you're going to make. So I happen to use like Google Docs. So I've got Google Docs on my laptop and my PC, and as soon as I come up with an idea for a game, I add it to the list. An idea for a video for a game, I add it to the list. And I might not ever end up making that video, but it's on there. So let's talk about some ideas. So what you could do is you could maybe start off with just gameplay video. Nice and simple. Play the game. You can chat over the top if you like. That's always best. Maybe if you don't feel comfortable with that to start off with, just upload gameplay. Maybe while you're playing a game, you could be chatting and giving people advice about your thoughts process while you're playing the game, what you're trying to achieve while you're playing the game. You can also say record some gameplay and then add advice on top of it afterwards. Maybe chop it up a bit and give examples about what you're talking about. Maybe you could do a video, and these are really popular, about your settings that you use in the game, because people are always after that kind of secret sauce, aren't they? Well, how do I win? And one of the ways that they think they can win is by copying the settings that you use, your sensitivity, and that sort of stuff. You can talk about the hardware you use to play the game. Do you use a monitor? Do you use a keyboard and mouse? Do you use say an Xbox One or an Xbox One X or a PlayStation or a PlayStation 4 Pro or a PC? What the spec is, all that sort of stuff. You could talk about the weapons you like to use in games. You do videos about the strategies or the tactics you use in games. Different strategies, different tactics. You could upload and share high kill games, funny games, maybe where you don't even win. A good gaming video doesn't have to always be one you win. In fact, lots of the most fun games you'll have are the ones where you don't win, where you just get into these crazy situations. So upload videos about unusual games. You could upload videos where you're just playing and then you're talking about stories about your life, who you are. Highlight clips are always good, where you chop clips from lots of different games together. You could talk about how the game could be better. If you're just mainly playing one game, you're pretty heavily invested in that game, aren't you? You talk about the problems with the game. when you get updates, and these are really popular on my channel as well, if an update comes on, if a patch comes on for a game, do the gameplay for the update, read the patch notes out, either, you know, you can do it to a static sort of menu screen, or you can do it over gameplay, and you can do a review of that update patch as well, maybe after you've been playing it for a few hours. You can do state of the game summaries, so you know, you can say, well, you know, the game's been out a year now, this is what I think of the game. You could do videos where you're responding to controversies in the community, or generally controversies about the game. So an example with PUBG could be something about like how lots of people don't seem to like Vikendi. I really like Vikendi, so I could make a response video to that, you know, about why I think Vikendi, you know, is good. You could talk about how you personally improve and get better in the game. What do? You do watch videos? Do you practice? You know, which streamers and which YouTubers do you watch to give you ideas how to get better? And then how do you practice those things? In PUBG, for example, you can go onto the test range, and you can try things out. This is a really good one. How you avoid losing motivation for the game. Because if you're playing the same game all the time, it can be very easy to get frustrated with it. And obviously, if your YouTube channel is based around that one game, it can be very, you know, all of a sudden you can't make content. So how do you get around that? How did you learn to get around that? Another good thing to do is make videos about where you're playing parts of the game that you don't normally do. Say different maps, different parts of different maps that you go to. In PUBG's case, use different weapons, use different strategies, different tactics. Challenges are always really good. You know, again, I'm using PUBG as an example, but you could have a pistol-only challenge video, and that might be a series of highlight clips where you're trying to win a chicken dinner, say with just pistols, or just shotguns, or just a Winchester, that sort of thing. You could like, again, PUBG, but you could drop hot if you don't always drop cold. If you drop cold, if you always drop hot. And while you're doing these things, the idea is that you're talking about the experience of doing it over the top. So if you, for example, you don't drop hot very often, like me, I would do a video where, say, I was dropping at a really busy town where there's lots of people, and I would be talking, going, oh my god, look what's happening, there's loads of people here, oh, panicking, you know, and then probably dying a lot. But that might be quite funny. And you could even, I could see, you know, you could do a series of videos where it builds up to, you say you're dropping at Pachinki, which is a very busy town in PUBG on Erangel. Lots of people drop there if the plane goes over the top, and it can be a bit of a challenge, not just to stay alive, but to safely get out of Pachinki, you know. And the result of that video, the end result, might not be a chicken dinner. It might just be the fact that you've managed to kill a few people and get out of Pachinki. Never assume the skill level of the people who are watching your video, because there's lots and lots of beginners out there for all of these games. New people are coming along, and you may think you're teaching people to suck eggs about certain subjects that you think are really simple. Maybe it's like the settings in the game, or maybe it's looting, or how to use the menus. But you may think, but don't. Honestly, just make that video. The people who already know about that particular subject, they'll go, right, I know all this, and they'll go on to the next video. They won't think any less of you. Subscribers won't think any less of you for making videos about simple subjects. You know, and you can even say that at the beginning of the video. Say, look, this video isn't for everybody, but if you're new to PUBG, in example, and you're not sure how to change the 7 sensitivity of your weapons, this is how you do it. You know, and you could do something like that. If you play solos all the time, maybe you could do some videos where you're playing duos or squads, and vice versa. If you don't, if you play with friends all the time, maybe play with some random people. Now, if you do play with random people, and this goes with friends as well, and you're in a squad, make sure that they share their audio as well, so that can be recorded, because it's one-sided. I've done lots of videos where I thought they were sharing their audio and they weren't, and one-sided conversations are a bit unusual. Really important videos, I think, about why you love the game, because you want to encourage other people to play the game, don't you? You want to build the community for the game, and as part of this whole process, you could talk about your YouTube journey. How did you find starting a YouTube channel? What were the challenges? What did you really enjoy? You have the you have these points where you'll go to 10 subscribers, 100 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers, 10 views, 1,000 views, 100,000 views, and you can make videos about those particular points in the life cycle of your YouTube channel. To say thanks to everybody for subscribing and watching your videos. You could do a gameplay stream. That's what I do every now and again. Like, I recently went through 3,000 subscribers, so I did a gameplay stream for that. Because I don't do that much live streaming to YouTube, but I did one saying, thanks everybody for streaming, and I really appreciate it. You could come up with ideas for how you are growing your YouTube channel. How do you share on Instagram? Do you share on Twitch? Do you share on Facebook? What have you learnt? And you kind of come round in this whole circle to the beginning of this video, which is you can then create content on your gaming channel to inspire other people to grow their YouTube gaming channels, and also to start YouTube gaming channels as well. Because if you're a fantastic player, say, again, I'm using PUBG example, but say you're Choco Taco or you're Shroud or you're Dr. Disrespect, and you can play 8 hours a day, which means that you can get several chicken dinners in a day, and then you can choose the best highlight clips and the best games from those sessions, and then you can upload those to YouTube, and everybody goes, oh wow, look, that if you watch a Choco Taco YouTube video or a Dr. Disrespect video or a Shroud video, you're going to see exceptional gameplay, and that's the value in the video and why you want to watch it. But there's lots of other reasons for making videos as well. And talking about that will inspire other people to get started, because when you're a new YouTuber, the most views you will probably pick up are going to be those videos where you answer questions for other people, when you help other people. What are the best guns in PUBG? What are the best strategies in PUBG? How to win a chicken dinner on Vikendi? Because remember, people are sitting there at Google or at YouTube and they're typing into the search bar. They're having trouble. The reason why they're looking for videos, aside from entertainment, to watch Dr. Disrespect or Choco Taco or Shroud, they want to figure out how to be better at the game. And the classic one is, what are the best guns in PUBG? So make videos about that, or in your relevant game. And then, as I say, make videos to inspire others to get started as well. How to start your own YouTube gaming channel. Okay, so hopefully that's useful and it's given you some ideas. The fact that even if you're only interested in one game, you only really play one game on your Xbox, your PlayStation, your PC, you can start a YouTube gaming channel. You will be successful. All you've got to do is stick with it and keep uploading and enjoy it. As I said before, I'll put the links in the description box down below about starting a YouTube channel using your Xbox or a PlayStation. There's loads of other stuff about PCs on the website. I won't put anything like that. Plus, all my YouTube gaming content is from the Xbox, or most of it is from the Xbox and the PC, with the occasion Xbox and PlayStation with the occasional piece of mobile. But there we go. Hope that's been helpful. If you've got any questions or comments, please put them down below. Oh, that's another thing I should have said. In your videos, encourage your watchers and your subscribers to put questions, and maybe email them or put them in the comments about ideas for other videos. And when people ask questions in the comments, why did you do this? How do you do this? Make videos about them. Honestly, whenever you get an idea for how do you do this, I'll give you another example. Okay, I was using Share Factory, which is the editing software I use on the PlayStation to create videos, the other day, and I came across an error that in the last 3 years I've never come across before, and it was to do with when you make a video, you can only put so many cuts in it before it goes, whoa, that's too many. And so I immediately made a video about how you get around that thing. Now, that's a very specialist video, that one. If I only ever came across that error in sort of 2 to 3 years of using that piece of software on my PlayStation, there's not that many other people who will have come across that error either, but some might well have. And the ones that do come across that error and look on YouTube for a solution will probably be very pleased that I made that video to help them out. So there we go. So anyway, if you've got any other questions or comments, ideas for me to make videos, hints, put them in the box down below. If you enjoyed the video, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe. Thank you very, very much for watching, and I will see you again soon.